You and your friends who gossiping every day. But I want every day. Sometimes I get this one, I tell her to be positive. Come to my house, what you need and you drink. Go to money, what you got, say that for me. What did they say in the cannot in the truth? I like be every day, that what we do. So say, no, just back the better we can get you what we do. Not keep glass, no matter if you need it. Go to your go. I'm on every day, don't want to go. Get on the floor, tell them what we do. It's something that we produce. Cheer all day, this show don't go to jail. But let the money spend, let them do their play. I'm not different. When chicken say, go, it's all coffee. I'm not different. When chicken say, go, it's all coffee.
Okay, let's welcome you guys back. We're sorry we had to take that break, and those of you who just joining us on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, we are sorry we couldn't have you guys watching from the beginning because we were trying to get up online and we had some little difficulty. But it's good that we have you guys following us now. Let's make some adjustment. Okay, and so it's good to have you guys following us this morning where we can talk about the various different issues that are affecting our country. But this morning, what's on my mind? This is about everybody sharing their own thoughts on what's on your mind that has to do with Liberia, what we can do, ways forward, and all of that. Because I, when we do the criticism, we should also, think about those different solutions that we think we have in our minds that can help move this country forward. So, what's on my mind this morning has to do with the drug thing. I mean, this can never be overemphasized for the fact that we see it every day. We see the number of people that are being affected. This is something that we cannot just talk about, and get silent about it. This is what people know us for in this country. They will tell you when this issue arises, people will run around with it back and forth, dragging it and all of that. At the end of the day, it goes down the drain and nobody's interested in what the outcome is. And that's one of the reasons why a couple of years ago when we watched a police officer who was sent for at the Capitol building to point out an official of our legislature, to point out that person that has been involved with drug or that was caught with drug. And some of the my media colleagues that I had on the scene who went live, and stuff like that, at the end of the day, the lady was rushed out and taken to the hospital. Whether the case was followed on or not, the public don't know, right? Those of you out there don't know the outcome, what happened at the end of the day, who that lawmaker was, and all of that. And it all boils down to our higher ups in this country. Drug is important. It is a national emergency. This is something that we have to talk about every other time. Even if it's for 5 minutes that we will have to squeeze it in, we will definitely have to squeeze it in because we have to talk about these things. It affects our people. Young people, most especially, are involved with this. Here and there, we see people, pictures and videos surfacing on the social media with different people dying of this new thing they call, I know, something spike. I'm not really interested in the name, but that's it. At the end of the day, when they take it, they die. Which is really sad. And I'm even told that there are people in this country who are also trying to see if they can produce these drugs and things. At the end of the day, when they put it together, they will have to use somebody as a lab rat, because that's what it is. Why would somebody form some chemicals together, call it drug, and say you should be the one to test it? And so you the one, the King Kong or whoever that you think is not going to affect you. You don't even know the side effect. Why is the person who's producing this thing not taking it to see the side effect? Is this person a scientist? But this is the country we find ourselves in, most especially when you see people shading these things. Shading these things. An operation man of the DEA, with his daughter being involved with drug, and all of that. This is really sad for our country. This is not where we want to go to. But I'm gonna take a hot, and we have our Radio LRP partners who just joined us. We want to recognize Gus and Aliyu. You can go ahead, greet the audience, and we can continue. Okay.
Good
All right.
morning, Boss. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Mama Labrio. This is Ali Masali, Baltimore, Maryland. Glad to be here this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Esther. Good morning, Liberia, Gus Palmer. Esther, I want to commend you for always sending me the link. There's not a day, even if I don't respond, there's always the link. Never miss
Okay.
it. So I appreciate that. As you are aware, I've been kind of busy a little bit with some other personal issues and just,
Of course.
but I've been doing that and making my way here as much as I can. Yeah, but I mean, the drug issue today is what's on your mind, correct?
Right.
Okay. Well, I'll piggyback on what you were saying with the drug issue a little bit.
Mm.
Um, again, the problem in Liberia still stems from our inability to understand why things happen and how to fix things.
Mm.
It does not look, man. I'm telling you, I see people even in this America that have been opportune to come here do not take the time to understand how things work. Until we can understand how things work, we will never be able to resolve why things don't work. Okay? It's just a simple engineering theory. When you know how it works, you can fix it. When you don't
Of
know how
course.
it works, you
Mm.
cannot fix it. And that is the fact of life that we Liberians have not tried to master and learn. Our fellow neighbors, I mean, West Africans. Let's just keep it in West Africa, Nigeria, Ghanaians. You see them in this America. The first thing they do, they learn how to assimilate, learn the systems, take
Mm.
them back to Ghana and all of those places. Ghana is flourishing, functioning. But in our case, no. Everybody get here, they want to work 2, 3 jobs, send it back home, get land, and this and that. Esther,
Mm.
people do not take drugs just because that's what they want.
Mm.
Contrary to the popular belief of people that will come here and tell you, oh, these people then, these young people then, they're just taking drugs, this and that. Look, human being, the first thing anybody that sit down in a classroom and understand psychology knows that we have a weak mind in the sense that we are lazy inherently. We do not want to do the hard work. We're
Mm.
always going to take the easy path of resistance. Let's just say animals in general, actually, human beings just being a higher class of that. So when we look at the situation in Liberia, the reason why drug is proliferating is because a lot of people are idled. What we mean by that is people don't have jobs, people don't have school children.
Of
Man,
course.
during my day, people had schools. Today, it's even difficult for you to go to school because you have to have certain resources just to go to school. What do you think is going to happen to those children that are in the streets? They're trying to think about getting an ends meal. Let's talk about drugs. Drugs takes away some of those inhibitions. You're thinking about how I'm going to get food today. My mom died, my pa died, all these things. Nothing good is happening in my life. What do you think drug does? It takes those things and make that person not think about it. Then you wonder why it keep proliferating. You must have stone in your brains to not understand that when these people are busy, when these people are prospering in other aspects of life, the last thing they're going to think about is drugs. The people that would do it at that point will be people that want to do some recreational, and that's a different story. We call it in America rich people problem. Okay, but when you look at even in America here, when you look at when drug hit the inner, where do they hit? The intercity, okay, the ghettos, those places where people are idle, people are working. That's where it hits first before it goes to the big home then. And those big home, like I said, those big home, we call them recreational because they got everything. The only thing that they don't have now is just trying to play around. That's what recreation is. They
Mm.
will do that. But in Liberia, we don't have enough people to recreate. Do we?
No.
Do we have enough people working in Liberia to recreate? No.
No.
So if you were going today and taking care of the schools, for instance, everybody come, primary school. There's no reason why primary school and all of that should not be free. There's no reason why the laws on our book, I bet anybody to read it. Every child should be in school at a certain age. Who's enforcing that today? Since after the war. So if people aren't going to school, they're sitting around, they're not doing nothing. What do you expect them to do? They would find something to do, even if it means destroying themselves.
Mhm.
And those of us that would come here and blame it on those people all of the time, I always tell you this: you have no idea. Because if you did have an idea, you'll understand why people do things. Nobody just get up and do things because they just want to do it. There's a reason. People that solve problems, they always want to know the why, the what. Okay, you want to ask those questions. When you do ask those questions and you got some kind of a answer to them, you can then try to start to resolve problem. But as it
Mm.
is in Liberia, when we go about the enforcement portion of it, let me get on that a little bit. The enforcement portion of it, we don't have the joint security doing anything in Liberia. Let's say LDA. LDA, yes, you know about drugs and all of that stuff. But in America, there's a people called the police people. When they pull a car over, they can get a search warrant from the court. Do we have a court system in Liberia today that gives people the right to be able to pull a search warrant and be able to search people and do those things? No. Are we going to these parents? I remember as a kid when sex education, they used to say those things, abortion, all of those things. There was jingles out there. There was adults in the community, adults at the schools doing the things that they do. Do they search students coming to school anymore like we did? Remember when you used to come late when the flag is going up?
Mhm.
What's going to happen to you? You're going to stay later and probably brush and clean the schoolyard, right, for part of detention.
Of course.
You know
And
what happened to those?
some schools will flog you.
Oh
You
yeah, that one they will flock you too. That one
Mhm.
part, I don't want human rights people coming for me. But so
I know.
so again, my people, it is as simple as that. The government can say so, they'll say so. Then let's talk about the treatment. The people that are having problems. Your government has not or does not even try to fix the hospitals that they have. The last administration at least started and got 2 hospitals. We have very limited primary hospitals. I mean, just regular hospital. when somebody gets sick. Then you're talking about rehabilitation. You know what it takes to rehabilitate somebody?
Oh dear.
Look, let's start fooling ourselves. National government is not serious about anything in that country since post-war. We have not taken anything and make it a priority and putting a system in place to make it work. Like I said, even the administration that I supported, but we said free education for college. We said let's make it a law. Did we do it? No. This is why the administration is no longer. It's not there. This, no. That, no. My people, we are the only people. The people that we elect can solve these problems. If these people that we elect do not want to solve these problems, forget it, my people. Just hope your child does not engage in those activities. Because once they do, you've lost them. But that's my take on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ali, we have you there, right?
Yeah, Esther, I'm here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the topic today. What's on your mind? The first thing on my mind, it had to do with the rest issue in the country, wherein the president said that I think beginning yesterday, rest were going to be sold in the country for like $14. That's a good thing to see the price of rest coming down in the country, because these are things that the people campaign on. People were like, oh yes, Liberians are suffering. They can't even afford to buy rest, which is the staple food in the country. Red price is high. And we know red price were not even as aware, but because of the thing that came across the world, we had like coronavirus that took the whole world. That was the time the price of rest went high in the country, and people politicized that. And they said, oh, red price was so high, Liberia can't afford. George Weah is suffering the people in the country. And today, President Boakai talking that red price should come down $14. That's a good thing. But now I want to know people who when the ball rest, maybe $15 or $16.50 wholesale price, and they brought it outside to sell. I think the government, what they were to do was to give time. Oh, now you need to make the importers, the buyers, and the seller to understand that rest is in the country, and you have to sell your rest. But beginning this day, maybe September 20th or the 25th, we will be putting rest outside and it will be sold for like $14. But if you just come and say, oh, rest in the country, beginning tomorrow, it will be sold for $14. And let's I read what the comment minister wrote, that she was going to take a tour across the country or the city to make sure that what the president said is being implemented. So I'm seeing it that rest price will even say be higher than before, because those people that already bought their rice, you expect them to go buy my rest $16 and I was selling it for $17.50, and I'm just going to bring the price down immediately to $14. I'm going to lose. So to me, the government, they are trying their best to bring the price of rent down, but the way in which they did it, I don't think that was the right way. We saw it during the previous administration when they negotiated, they sat down, they talked with the importers, everybody, and they decided to bring the rent price down. They made people to understand from so and so day the price of rent will drop. So those who bought their rest that time at higher price and thing, they were able to sell their rest. And at that time, they meet up with the government price. You see? Open the door. Yes. Thank you. And they were able to meet up with the government price immediately. And things were okay. But right now, what the government is doing is good, but we'll wait to see. And again, those that are in the rural area coming to buy rest in the country to carry, looking at the constraint they are going to pass through. Sometimes some of these people take the 2-3 days because of the deplorable road condition to reach to their area. Do you think they will come and buy the rest? They take it to Grand Gillette, Nima County, Sano, Cesar to go sell it $14? These are some of the things. The president talked about rule in his arrest agenda. He was talking about farm to market rule. So what will happen to the other people? Moreover, it's not just Liberia that, oh yes, the people in Moreover will be buying rest $14. Then what become of the people that in Grand Gita, how much they will buy it? When the roads are in a deplorable condition, people will struggle to come buy rest and carry. So we wait to see. President Boakai, he worked with Madame Seli. They the ones sign all those agreements bringing rest to the country. So today, when he bringing rest president, this is why I always say President Boakai can be one of the best presidents ever in the history of our country. Because after the war, immediately, they took power for 12 years and they said they signed all the Bucos agreement that make the country we were suffering. And he said he was an old car parked in the garage. Right now, he's not an old car. So I think it is time that he reversed some of those laws, some of those agreements that he signed at that time. He can see how to work on them in the best interest of the country. So when it comes to the price of rest, bringing it down, I expect him to do that because he know the agreement that he signed that time. He was the president of the Senate, they signed all of those agreements. So to bring the price of rest down, I don't think it's anything hard for him. And we wait to see it being implemented from now to December and next year. And that will be a good thing for the government. We praise them for that. Liberia is all we have, no matter which political party you belong to. Liberia first, Liberia last. We want to see the best for the country. So that's my thing when it comes to the rare issue. Secondly, the drugs issue we're talking about in the country. I want to know, even though, yes, this issue about drugs is not something to politicize. Like this country we are in today, God's woman know from Sunday to Saturday, he can drive for a horse going to work or going to places that he will not see police pulling a car over and taking drugs from that car. Drugs is everywhere. You cannot politicize it. So in America, people will run their campaign. They will not talk about drugs. They will only talk about economy, the border, people coming in the country illegally. No president will blame another president to say, oh, you left the border open, they were just bringing drugs in America. I stand to be corrected all the time, but you're having here that they doing campaign time. But this was thing that they ran campaign on in Liberia, that George Weah, Finabono, Jefferson Kuji, they were the one that bringing kush in the country. In fact, said they were manufacturing drugs to where the planning the president can be, that area to his resort, Jamaica resort, whatsoever. And today, it had catch up with them. During George Weah administration, we only complain about kush. But today, we get tension, we get spike and die, we get solar panel. As soon President Boakai took over into 3 to 4 months, A.B. Nkrumah Fadiga then announced the arrival of new drugs into the country. And today, during George Weah administration, yes, there were drugs. But people campaign on drugs. But today, Liberia had turned to, like when you put rat medicine in the horse, every morning you wake up, you see another dead rat on the side. This is how people are dying in the country. Every day you see dead body from drugs. The other person took kush, they took tension, they took zombie. It is just too much. What are the policies this government have put in place when you said drugs was a national emergency that you were coming to fight on it? Mm-hmm. We expect the budget to increase today for drugs, for people to be employed, good salaries. But if you still get people fighting drugs as volunteers, all of these things can help to increase the drugs in the country. I'm a volunteer. I call somebody with $1 million worth of drugs. I've been working as a volunteer. I'm not even on salary. Exactly. And that person decide, oh yeah, my man, let me give you something at 25, 50K. As a volunteer, you think these are some of the things. Like we saw what happened, the other police, the other LDEA officer on audio telling people to release a daughter. Why? Because we see what happening. Where is Dominic Bala today that was caught with a huge amount of drugs? Because of his relationship with the first family, today he left the country, nobody knows where he is. But other people behind bars because of drugs. Where is Quita today? Even the guy who arrested her at the airport, when she brought out drugs, now they took him from the airport because why? Her connection with the first family that she brought drugs, she was arrested and exposed. Today, we don't know where Kuta is. They took that other guy, they changed the assignment from the airport. Friday, this LDEA or director or officer, he know what they are doing. That's why we're telling the people to release $1. Because if you bring drugs in the country and you are associated with the first family based on your connection with them, they allow you to go. So he was trying to protect his daughter too because they know what they are doing. This is why the other guy said the three branches of government are involved into the bringing of drugs. These are some
Well,
of the things.
This is
And
real.
now
well,
he too, they had dismissed him,
Mm.
saying he made that statement. And the issue about drugs, I don't want it to be under the government. What are the opposition doing in the country? The CDC,
it's not
the
politicized
ANC,
though.
the
No.
LP, this all the other opposition political party. So these people they care less about the country. Only when they want power, that's the time.
No, Aliyu,
Yes.
that is the problem. Look, politicians or political party has nothing to do with drugs, rights, or anything. We have to stop these political talk. Let's be honest. Why would you blame a opposition, even a government? Let's be honest. The only reason why we even mention the government, they are the custodian of the national resources to do anything. Opposition cannot do anything. The fact is, like I said, we have to prevent before anything. Who bring it in or who bring? There is. I'll be honest with you. Aliyu. Let's be honest. There is no sophisticated Liberian in that government to be able to work with drug cartels. Let's be honest. That's the fact. The only thing those people do, they facilitate. Somebody come in and give you 1 cent, 2 cent, you let it through. That's it. I'm not gonna give these low-minded people any kind of um, capacity or whatever to believe that they even know they have connection with drug people and this and that. That's a lie. Okay, but I will tell you this: they take money and bribery to make these things happen. Yes, but again, going back to the rice thing, Aliyu, the problem is we, all of us, continue to make these things politics. This is why the next administration come, they blame the next administration. Let's stop this, man. The truth is, the way the rice, first of all, Commerce Ministry should make decisions on commercial stuff, not the president, my people. George Weah did it, President Why not do it again? That is not their place. Even if the government, through the instrumentation of the president, make these arrangements, guess who should pronounce these things? The Commerce Ministry, not the president. But because again, we live in this mindset of utopia where we're so consumed by power, we don't even have any intellect left anymore. The president should not be doing this. Now, to your assertion with all the people in Grand Judah and this and that, you know what? There's something in business. Anybody also, Goscomba will never run with that political narrative. You know what? I understand what it takes to do business. If I took my product from Morovia to Grand Judah, nobody can tell me how to sell it. Let's be honest, Aliyu. Even in America here, no, look, they can have a set price, but I have an added cost. It's the same thing as the car that Liberia people pay 90,000, that is 60,000 here. How come nobody stop it there? Again, all of that is just political talk. Everybody bring it on these social media. We talk about this in this chat room and whatnot. It doesn't make any sense. We're just fighting among ourselves. We're not solving the real problem that the reason why rice is where it is. One, we have not invested in agriculture, including this administration. That's something that you can say. This administration said arrest part of it is agriculture. What have they done? They said yellow machines. Where's the yellow machines? All of those things that were coming, are the yellow machines allocated for farming? Have they told us those? No. Those are arguments that we should have. But all this little talk that people talk about, oh, they man did this, that man did that. My people were wasting the people airtime. We were wasting the people airtime. What the president did is not going to solve the problem because President Ria did it, President Salif did it. It's not going to solve the problem. The argument should be, what are we doing long term? That's what Aliyu we should be talking about. What's the long term resolutions? When we come on the air, that's what we should be doing because when we just talking what everybody was talking yesterday, the people that are listening to us are not getting anything new from us. And we need to be able to think about that. Okay? Because up to now, Aliyu, my brother, there is nothing I've heard from all of these people, opposition whatsoever, telling us that this is what we need to do to get better. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, God. I heard what you said, but for me, what I'm talking here is this issue about just everybody in the country. They are now affected. One family, everybody affected with just. And these people, they will come to run campaign in the country. I want to be president. I want to be this. I want to be that. And right now, you will say, oh yeah, the country, the economy, when I come, I will do it this way. I will do it this way. And now you see the youthful generation. These people, they are dying because of drugs. So I think opposition, whosoever, everybody, when you lose election, it doesn't mean you should just go and sit. I think this is time that everyone of them can wrap around the government, because this is something that is destroying our country right now, our youth. So everyone of them, they can work along with the government. Your own idea you think you have, your own policy you think if you were president, you can put in place to fight drugs when you are president to see such a thing happening. You can also share the same idea. This is what I'm trying to say. But you will not say that then you say, oh, I'm not president, and you will say that somewhere you discuss, oh, I think the government can do this, the government can do that. All while you discussing, I think it is better for you to get close to the government, even though myself wanted to be president or this, I didn't win, but I think we can put this strategy and measures in place. We are all Liberians, not because you are not in power, so you should sit down and see some of these things. This is why I see what are the opposition doing. We need to sit and put ideas together. Like the time when I said, used to say, oh yeah, this is Liberia, let's forget about what happened, let's work together. These are some of the things. Not because he didn't win election, and you know, when I see other people forming political party, doing this, doing that, yeah, that's their right. But I think the plenty of political party will get in Liberia. Those people that are trying to form new party, your ideology you get about the country, see if the other person political party that they have the same ideology, and you see how you can join together. But instead of forming one longer political party in the country, this is the city. When you know you are running to be president, when you become president, this is what you are going to do to help to move the country forward. And you didn't win. When somebody win, see how you can sit and discuss with that person. Share your own idea with them. Maybe it can help. We can see other countries like Ghana, Nigeria, you will see the past president and the present president, they get special day, they can sit down and they brainstorm. Sometimes while you are facing problem, you ask the person you were here, how did you do this? But Liberia, our own country where people
I'm
win
telling
election, they turn to enemies. You see, you getting me, Esther?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, when people win election, they turn to enemy to the other people that left from there. And this is why our country not going nowhere. When you win election, those that were there, you can still be friends. Sometimes when you get some stuff somewhere, you call their attention and they try to help you out. We have to put the interests of the country first. So all those opposition leaders, they think if you want to win election, your idea, your strategy, your policy, you get in fighting just, it is about time you meet with the president or those people, you see how you can share your own policy and idea together. This issue about just is so bad for our country. And this thing, even though we are not there, but just empathize it. Why if it were your child, you eat America, you eat Canada, you eat Europe, to see your child 13, 14 years taking drugs. And again, God says something very important. If these people have something doing, they will not be out there taking drugs. Government in, government out, they don't talk about job creation, putting in policy measure that will bring drugs, that will bring job for the youth in the country. So if you just sitting, you doing nothing, and you see that your friend whole day you go, he taking drugs and things, he passing around his money, a business, then you start to join him. Sometimes we have to be very, very careful. The friends we associate ourselves with. Why think our children are taking drugs in school? Because the friends then they follow. So these are some of the things we have to be very careful. Opposition, whosoever, your idea, the policy you think you can put in place and you want to win election to fight drugs, I think it is about time that we wrap around President Bouaka to bring those ideas and policy so we can help our youthful generation in the country. Thank you.
Right. And that's why we will continue to talk about these things here. We're not going to back down on it for the fact that Others went out, did the protests and all of that. And we've seen so far people have been talking about the matter. They have been, uh, the community people have gotten involved for the process. We see ghettos are being destroyed and all of that. And this is what we want. We hope that we can have a Liberia that is drug free. And just before we can open the lines, because I know I gotta give you guys the time to do your own talking, but just before we open the telephone lines, I just want to quickly recommend something because I've realized that we are in the 21st century. When you look at other countries around us, with our education system, with how our curriculum is being, reduced and all of that, I was really thinking because I saw other people, the way they handle the education sector, the schools, those different, programs that they have, embedded into the curriculum to help the children. Now, Liberia needs to graduate from a stage where you just go to school, learn your academic lesson, the different activities, the subjects with that, and all of that. This is what we have always been focused on. We have just, I think, a single high school in this country that is BWR that got different other, elective involved within the school. I believe that we Liberia should graduate from the stage where you go to school, graduate from high school before you start to look around and see what you want to do with your life. This is Africa. This is Liberia most especially. And one of the reasons why I believe this country is way back to the way it is, why more people are suffering, why, those that can afford are way less, way less than those who cannot afford. I think that the government should include different vocational trainings in our schools. Now we have some of the schools that stays in session up to 4 o'clock in the evening hours. What are they doing up to 4 o'clock? Are they still learning just the normal academic lessons that we learn? Because at the end of the day, when you're all of high school, you can do nothing. So if you are from a family where there is no money, they are only struggling to make sure that you come through high school. When it comes to university, you have to handle it for yourself. I believe that there are skills that you can learn, or there are skills that you should learn while you're in high school, so that when you are out of high school, you can be able to use those skills, you know, do something with it and be able to go to the university. We should graduate from that stage of just learning those academic lessons and forgetting about the fact that we need different skills to survive. And people should also try to diagnose or divorce that stuff from their mind about where when you graduate from high school, you just want to be this, you want to be that, you want to be that. It's a good thing that somebody wants to be a lawyer. Definitely we need lawyers in the country. Somebody wants to be an accountant. An accountant. That way back thing. People still want to be accountants and all of that. I'm not saying accounting is a wrong thing, but then you cannot have about a class with 60 persons, you have about 40 some more persons talking about I want to be an accountant. What is that? So I believe that it is important that the Ministry of Education get involved with this issue of allowing our children to have skills while they are in high school. Take it or not, most people wait to graduate from high school before they can go learn basic computer. Just the basic computer. You wait to graduate from high school before you go to computer school, because the ones that they're teaching in a school, it's a manual. Just the elementary level of it, of the entire computer thing. But I believe that we should graduate from that whole thing of waiting for people to graduate from high school before they can find a skill or find something to do. You can remain right in high school. You learn something for yourself when you're out of high school. Whatever you learn, you put it to use and be able to push yourself through university. Not many families in this country are able to afford for their kids to go to school. Do you know how many things some people doing in this country to be able to go to college? There are a lot of things that you have to be involved with. And I think the government can work on something like that for our schools. Even if you start from a grade 10 level, at least something should be there for them to learn as a skill that they can help themselves with, when they're out of high school, to be able to push themselves through the university. The government cannot help everybody. We do not have free school in this country. The University of Liberia was fully free. I'm told it's no longer free. You have private universities because most people want to go to private university because of what's happening at the state-run university. Every day you got school closed. Every day people running with protests and all of that. So I think that it's important that the government think about this, give our children skills while they are in high school, so that when they are out of high school, they can have a means to, maneuver in this very tough country because it's not easy. You must learn something. You can't graduate from high school. That's why more people sitting home and talking about, I don't have no job, I don't have no days, no skill, and no whatever. Because even if you want to help them, and that person don't know computer. I was at a school recently where we want to do a presentation for this school management system thing, and I mean, you will see the older folks not really wanting to agree to some of the things that some of the digital changes that we're trying to bring to our country or trying to bring to our society because they don't know computer, which is a really funny thing. But that's it. When they were in high school, they didn't learn it. Even when they graduated from high school, there was nothing really fully strong about computer. People did not see it as a prerequisite, which is very important right now. But this is it, and we want to change that. Our country should be able to include these things in our education system, where our kids can be able to learn things when they come out of high school. They will have those skills to be able to make their way through life because it is difficult when you don't know a skill. You got to work. In order to work, you must know what you'll be doing at that work. And to know it means you have to go to school. So we're hoping that our people can work on that. Let's get to our telephone lines. Now we have to take pause.
Esther,
Yes? Go ahead.
yes, what you said is very, very, very important. Yeah, what you
Mm,
just this issue about people going to school, you take 14 subjects from ABC to 12th grade. Sometimes
mm,
you don't even say have nothing that you're going to do because you are training your brain with 14 subjects from ABC to 12th grade. And I think why you say it is time that the government work on this thing. At
mm.
least from 10th grade upward or sometime for 9th grade, there should be some skill in this school that children will be learning that after high school, at least you can get yourself doing something somewhere at the time
Exactly.
that talking about college. But
Hmm.
instead of you finish from college, that's the time now you I think what you say is very important because even in America here, they
Mm.
have some schools, they do that. Just recently, one of my friends told me, he said, oh, but Ali, you what happened? You just keep sending your children to schools that they are not learning no trade after graduating. That's the time they will go to college. And he started telling me, say, you have to stop that because here our children can graduate from 8th grade. You go to 9th grade. When you enter last school, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's where you will stay. So he started telling me the same thing. You have to put the children in a school that they will be going to school at the same time they're learning something.
Yeah.
They have different trade in this school. The moment the child graduates from high school, they already know what they can be doing or what they want to do in college or what have you. They get something already in mind that they can do. But instead, you just send the child to school, they go to school, throughout they graduate, they don't do nothing.
Hmm.
But I think our government, they can do the same thing. If
Yeah.
we can stop paying those people they big salary, buy them big car. I always saying this as to some of the facilities, not everything, some of the facilities that in this country or other country in the Western world, looking at my country, Liberia, our resources and things, our people can get some of those same facilities and benefit as well. But the only thing we are not yet getting the good leaders, that's why. And people only come and after themselves, not the citizen and the country. But
Hmm.
I think why you say it's very, very important that government need to do. But look at our University of Liberia, people at the age of 50, they stay there trying to get BSc. You see, this is so sad. So that's something very important. The government, maybe one day they will think about it, but it's very important. That's why I'm not interested in people graduating from high school in Liberia. You say you're going to college. You and myself, we're not into that. You graduate from high school, go and learn soccer and trade. Everybody want to be accountant, they want to be this, they want to be that. Everybody want to work color jobs. Some of them they come here America, you said, and the same thing. They
Hmm.
see color job like in the after. They don't want to
Exactly.
Anything I had,
Uh-huh. And if you have the opportunity where your parents have it, you want to go strictly to university, good. But then you have that skill that you can still use to be able to get your own thing. And this
that's it.
is one of the reasons why we have foreigners taking over everything in this country.
And this
Everything.
I recall
I
here.
mean, everything. Literally, the very little ones that were supposed to be reserved for us. We're not involved with that. We want to work under those people. We always want jobs instead of us being creators of job, which is very simple. I talked about it the last time here.
That is
When you
it.
are when you're in high school or even if you are in the university, you are hoping that when I graduate from here, I want to go to work to this place. Hopefully I'm going to get a job. I understand the issue of money, right? You need money to be able to start whatever. That is why this the skill comes in when you learn it from high school. You have this particular school. You could start with something. At the end of the day, you can open a company. What may you think it's hard to do? It's not. You just need to take up the bold step there. So if there are even some stuff you can get engaged in where you don't even need capital. Right now we're talking about people selling digital products, right? There's a software currently that needs to be sell out there. Sales agents are needed. You can save right on your social media platform the money you're wasting, liking people posts, commenting, watching videos and all of that. You could use that resources, that your data, and be able to sell digital products around here and be able to get your small money out of it. It's important. I am currently doing it. And I will tell you for a fact, there's a huge commission on it. We need to stand up for ourselves. I saw a video or somebody of I think a couple of months ago when we had that issue with the Fulani lady. And a girl posted from the Fulani community. There were some things that she said, and she was so very right. That's exactly what's happening here. We are so lazy. We don't want to do nothing. We start running around with the thing, and I ain't get nothing to do, no job. I'm looking for even if that's to watch for somebody. What the hell? You are a high school graduate and you're talking about you want to go watch for somebody right here in your own country where it doesn't even give you any. We're not talking about, Western countries where they pay good money for these things. How much they will pay you? You go to somebody's house to watch their clothes every Saturday, you probably might get the highest, will be $30 or $40. What can that money do for you? At the end of the day, still you low, let's live in your own country. Will we continue to work on the people? Are we preparing ourselves, to have our own things for yourself that you can be able to focus on? At the end of the day, you become an entrepreneur, a self-employed person, because you need to give way for other people to come through. I'm sitting right here on the radio. Other people gotta come too, and you can take the whole country and bring them to Freedom FM. So life is a gradual process. Growth is important. You cannot sit in one position or one area, you're not growing, and then you just there, comfortably there. So we hope that the government can incorporate it into our education system. Is important. It is very important. We have other African countries around us here doing it. Burkina Faso is doing it. You have children in first grade in one classroom learning how to put different things together. The engineering, how you call it, electrical engineers. They're putting wires together. I mean, children, first graders, second graders. When these children learn these things from that level, for all the normal years, they will spend doing it before they can get out of high school. Tell me, can those children be employed at an institution that are looking for, people with that skill? Yes, they can be employed. Yeah. At the end of the day, you reduce poverty rate in your country because everybody got something that they can put their hands to. Nobody will be less busy to go be thinking about taking drugs, like God said, because you're busy. You don't have time for friends because there must come a time where you have to let go of that thing. You want to be in your friend house 24/7, they be in your house 24/7, you're going that place and going that place. People got to grow. There is time for everything. At certain stage in your life, you can have your friends so glued to you. At certain point, you gotta let them go. You can still be friends from a distance. And that's how it is. The children mind is like a blank sheet. Whatever you start with them from down there, they grow with it. It become part of them. And they can even be the best. Better than the ones who even learn it in university. Because of the number of years they spend doing it. And how fresh their minds are. But let's go to our telephone lines now and take calls. I'm sorry we took all your time. Cut us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 I don't know what's on your mind this morning, but whatever's on your mind or you want to inject on what we're talking about already, put your calls through this morning and be a part of our talking points. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon. It's 1 minute after 12 o'clock. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon. This is the voice of Sabu Rasta.
Hey, Sabu Rasta.
Yeah, and I'm joining this all important conversation from point 4 to be specific in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
And so let me commend you this morning for your brilliant deliberation. Look, Esther, I'm coming in and that I will put you on my back, I will pass you away all around all of
And that's what you.
Look, Esther, you know, serious point.
Mm.
You know, serious point, no, Esther, but if the question is with this government, listening, that's the problem. Let me say, good evening or good wherever to my brother for Ando God.
Cousin Ali. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ali Matale. And so what is on my mind this evening or this afternoon is about the GSD report that's coming from the Ministry of Finance. And so our people voted this government based on accountability, on transparency, based on the most qualified, competent, experienced people. That's the reason why I want to put them. Look, and so in October 16, 2024, and so the General Auditing Commission GSD under the astute leadership of Auditor General P. Kaswa Jackson, he released his audit report of 102 audit reports conducted by the Commission. Look, and so when you can rescue, the GSD was established to perform a federal lending. The GSD was established by law in order to checkmate government officials. Look, and so the report coming, the corruption report coming from administration is very challenging in my system. They 2.4% of accounted for. They have some, we're not talking nothing about it. Our president will say, you know, rescue, and do business as usual. So they will be taking down without doing nothing. So why is Rachel cool? Because the GSD were established by an act through the House of Legislators. So whenever the GSD conduct a report, the Senate to the House of Representatives through the Speaker. So where is the man who told her that you need to do the Liberian people work? That when we were putting Francisco over, he told her that you need to do the Liberian people work. So where is the Liberian people work now, Esther? How are this government rescuing? Look, let me tell you what the real rescue is. The rescue comprises a responsible operation that involves the saving of life. No, Esther, when you can't rescue Elia, you can't save life. You can't be rescued and people dying for jobs. You can't be rescued and people not even get money to even get away from your income. People are you rescue, I want to know. Look at, can you imagine, Esther, look at the human rights report from the U.S. government 2024. It's very bad. So are you rescuing domestic animals or are you rescuing the Liberian people? Look, the issue of the president driving where it is until. If I was the President George Mario Weah met with rice importer and agree, the governor of the importer agree to reduce the price of the 25 kg bag of rice by $2. So there's $2 for money, which is from $16 to $14. So what is the difference in that? And the people told that they ain't for what? Agriculture. Is this government empowering local farmers? And so, thank you for the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's go to another person. What's on your mind this morning? Welcome to the show. Good afternoon, Siren. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Esther.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to my brother in America, and I want to extend my sympathy to him. To the issue, what's on my mind has to do with the form and manner in which our children are dying on a daily basis under this government. Every day that breaks under this government, we see children body in the street. If they are not dying from drugs, they are dying from motorcycle. What's on my mind have to do with this? Yes, these guys in government today accuse President Bia of being responsible for the death. Today, look at what happened in Kanta. The mysterious death has overwhelmed this government. Our children have died and no answer. In the most troubling manner is the death of Charles Musu, who yesterday he got paraded and think somewhere and accused other people of. Today, people who were convicted, they were free, they are serving the government. Nobody wants to know who killed Charles. Charles now, nobody wants to know who killed Charles. So our children are dying every day in our city, this government came to rescue us. They came to kill our children and kill ourselves. Our children are our future leaders. We are investing in our children. Someone who hardly speak. Our children are now staying under this government. Rescue means to protect us and give us what we need. But today, what we see in Nigeria is on the contrary, and it is worrisome to me. And this government promised to come and change our life. He told us by this time, things were going to be better. 2.8 million lost from Ministry of Finance. The Finance Minister is not saying anything. That money is our money. We want to know, Mr. President. Please tell us what you are doing with our money. Thank you very much, Esther. The counts are many and the times are limited. And we need to give other people the chance to make that input. Long live Nigeria and long live the good people of Secretary Neighbor countries. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Oh, Madam Esther, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Doctor, Masisi.
Thank you. Let me say hi to my son, Mansali, and my brother, Boss. Esther, what's on my mind is that the government still bring rest president, right? I want to tell Mansali that we should employ the government. No, I can't employ the government. You understand, Esther? In the sense that we're not employed because what they said, the retail people go and buy. They buy for the full shop. And they say wholesale is $14 US, right? You sell to get profit. You sell to get profit. If you buy the $14 to the wholesale place, you pay $50 to get in car. Each one may $50 you get to your job and put it there. Was that the same price?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
You can tell the same price. When they put $14 and the place there, you're going to say the people who are going to the garage and put it there. They will go buy it for $4 only to get $15. But we have benefits when they're looking for a profit. They pay for that renting for that job. They will go for that price. They will say, okay, we'll go save about $50 per month. So we are only $1 or $2 for our home. But they tell us the great price now, and then no sense to can employ the people. Now, what's that? You need to employ the people. Nothing they didn't go read back in that process and go read it. They didn't get your mouth to go buy your person and go read it. What's in the people?
Okay, my
Esther.
They go read it. Nothing they did. They will put it to give. They won't go rest in the market. Rest in the money. It's not coming up in that. What's that? I know who I want. The one I get a buyer now. Who so you think of it? Now you get it. You go there. Go see. Then you go buy your person and go read it. Like you say, you go to $14. What can I say today? Tell you $14 to the place for buying the real one. No, they can't work that way.
Okay.
You sell to get something.
What's just a minute, yeah? 1 minute.
Okay, I'm coming to talk about about the drug teachers. My son Masari was saying. I never know what was the opposition. That the first person will ask Masari about something. I asked them what would the opposition? You see the word to that when you talk to them, when they after opposition. We say small thing they go after you. Because small thing they go after you. They want opposition. I'm saying, do you hear that when you want it like in this country? You know if you want opposition, but the root
90. Oh, okay. Thank you, Masisi. God, you're saying?
Yeah, I think sometimes I always ask, do we even understand what's going on? I mean, there's something called retail, right, and wholesale. Now, was the pronouncement of $14 retail or wholesale? That's a question, Esther.
Normally, it will be announced for wholesale.
Okay. So again, nobody with real sense should not be surprised that prices around will differ, right? Retail take into consideration travel, transportation, and all of those things.
I mean, sorry, I'm sorry. It will usually be announced for retailers, people who usually go to just buy the rest randomly carry home.
Yeah,
That's what
so
it's.
that's wholesale. So
Mm.
wholesale is when you go buy it from a big store. It's just like when they say this is the rate,
In large quantity, right?
large or whatsoever. Yes, it's just like the U.S. rate when you go to the national bank. It's set at that price, but when you
Mm.
leave the national bank, it changes because again, that's just how the market works. But the thing is, because again, they know how to play with people's mind, and we ourselves as people do not even stop and think and process. Because what was the pronouncement? If the pronouncement was wholesale, no Liberians should celebrate because, and the fact that the commerce minister's got to be the dumbest person out there to believe that they are going to go out in the streets and people are going to be selling it for $14. It just doesn't make sense. Again, except you don't, if your brain is dead. Because when I buy the rice and I take it to some place, it costs me money to get there. The reason why I'm buying the rice is to do what, Esther, make profit too, right?
Mm.
So that's why retail is always different from wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
But our presidents themselves are so stupid that they will go out there and make those pronouncements and not make it clear to the populace, to the people, that listen, this is just a wholesale. But when it comes to Plibo, it might be more than this. Because
Mm.
they don't want to hear that. They don't want to make the people feel like the price is still not changing. Because it's still, because of the road condition, because of all these things, people are still going to be suffering in those situations. So when I see these arguments, I just remember see Kabah posted she paid $31,000 LD for rice. Well, remember see, if it is wholesale and retail, the argument should be, what are we doing by retail? The retail prices are still going to vary it, and the ordinary citizen purchase per retail. They do not purchase by wholesale. So whatever announcement the president makes is useless to the ordinary citizens in the sense that whatever the marketer sells it is what these people are going to buy it at. So we really have to sit down and hold the government accountable in the sense that these things do not help us. It do not help us if we do not have enough supply. The reason
Mm-hmm.
why the prices are high, we don't have enough supply. How do we make enough supply? That's what the government should be doing. I want to hear the government say, hey, we're bringing in continual loads of rice and doing such and such. I think the last government, if I remember correctly, how you call it, told the retailer, the importers, that they were going to try to bring their own rice. You remember that stuff? Because again, if there was another alternative of rice in that country, if there was more rice on that market, the price would change by itself. No government needs to tell people to change the price because now the consumers will have other options. And when they have other options, I'm not going with a $16 bag, but I can only afford $10 bag. I'm going to get the $10 one. I'm going to get the $5 one. But how much sense does it make for us to do that? Again, when you know how to fix something, you can solve the problem. Liberians do not know how to solve, they don't know how things work, and this is why we still suffer. And that's going to the people that we put in leadership. And us, the citizen, we keep making it political. And that's what they want. When it's political, we do not think about it. We cannot hold them accountable. Again, this is not political. This here, the only politics in this is this. They're in office, they're in leadership, and they said they will do better, and they haven't. But we are not solving this problem, and the next government will deal with the same situation because the last government did not start the process. George Weah built 2 hospitals. I'm waiting for this administration to build at least 1 hospital. Then we'll start taking care of the hospital problem. You want politics? We can talk politics. That's the politics I want to talk. Thank you.
Okay, let's go back to our lines. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Come on, please.
Okay.
Now, let me say what motto I was going to let you know. Lost and Find is my name. And I'm from district in Montreal. Look, I appreciate you for your effort on National Popular Day. Thank you for saying that this particular pronouncement is for the rich killer, now the poor killer. Now, months back, the president said there was a guy you can free or rent at the court for Morovia. Didn't you hear that? So it means those that breaking the rent, they will not pay tax for the resident. So now the president will tell them how to sell it. Is it wrong? Is that something to celebrate? If somebody will say, when I go buy my rent, in my community, how I will sell it. Oh, are you kidding me? So you want to sell it $20 because you buy it $14? So we are saying $14 for it in Valeta market in the store. Oh, really? $14 for it in the store. So when you buy a food, you carry in your community in Fragba, you want to sell it $20, they will pay for your shop. If there is no big deal to that, they'll pay for your shop. Well, I have a burning issue on my mind before the issue came out. Here's my point today. There's a groundbreaking ceremony recently done by the Excellency, and somebody said the president should give the credit to the former president. And I will say, why? And they said, John, we have found taking it. John, we have procured this thing. Okay, tell me, did he procure this thing really? Then what prevented him for 6 years? He didn't concentrate or carry on the eye. He didn't build the bridge. Why? So it is true that he procured this thing, then he was not trusted by the Chinese government. We trust him because you signed this in 2018, 2019, and nobody come to give you money at your time. You laugh. Somebody, new person will come in less than 2 years time, and the person just the person will come and construct a bridge. That is you lack of credibility. CDC should be speaking about lack of credibility. The reason why I call for an SO, it was a follow who call for America. He's a patriot. He said, government in, government out. Our people, our government is not speaking about job creation. Amen. Let us rise together as the opposition and whoever and forget about who we and create enemy shit. No, that color for the US can't get on my back. How you can be one of the ministers or representatives in the country? But it's something will change. But here is the genesis of this thing. I can remember some of our presidents who Howard went born campaign on the wall. She said to the local government official that when you are not in position, you will not get a job. That's how the thing began. That's how the thing began. That when you are not in position, you will not get a job that time. The people try to civilize the entire country. Today, the bitterness is here. We need somebody that will come. Thank God the old man has come to emancipate us, to pull us together, to have a representation in this country. Because during the past 6 years, it was very damaged by the sedition now in the entire country. Even they say we not sedition, you will not buy bread in the market. It's so far for us. So thank you that this program is exclusive for everyone that will participate, unless those that will fall and wear the political jacket. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you for calling.
For this in Montreal.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Let's have this person on our WhatsApp line. Hello, welcome to the show. Let's hear you quickly. Caller, are you on the line? Well, I don't know what's happening, but this call is connecting. We have others on the line. We have to take them. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Or I didn't cut you off though. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Esther. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. I think it's afternoon now.
Yeah, good afternoon, Esther. My name is Stanley Boso. I call from my resident in Miami County, Boston City.
Welcome to the show.
Esther, to be frank, nobody should come on this show and kind of mislead the Liberian people. The fact is the matter that there is no way that government is pronounced as duty-free. There is no duty-free. That is a blatant lie. That is a blatant lie. Every rest importer in this country, they are paying the custom to the port. They are paying duty-free. There is no way under this regime the government says duty-free is a black lie. It's a black lie. Just
so
after the government
Stanley,
yes,
do you have, are you working at the port? Do you have any body you talk to there that said the same thing?
I have intelligence to the port. I have intelligence to where the rest is making their way coming to the country. And when the president make the pronouncement, we went to retailer and asked the people, when the people bring the rest into the country, they are duty, they are setting amount the government oppose on every rest that come to the country. So you don't expect the people to bring the rest into the country and the government is demanding that they send the rest $14. The thing is very clear. That press the government is the wholesale press. It's the wholesale press. It's not a retail press, the wholesale press. So you don't expect them to go buy 100 bag, 200 bag, $14 and go in go bench there and go in the market and say the same press. What are people fully around here for? Who are baby here? They are lying. The people are lying. And the issue of the issue of the overpower bridge. Someone can say the market price. It's dry. We are who invented that project. And the president, we are who signed that project 2021. Why am I going to be lying to people here? Why am I going to be lying to people here? Because it's a project role. That's the United Party government. It's a project role. They are failure. They are down. No stop people. Everything had a people who they are messed up.
Okay.
They don't know what to do. We can see your president. Why is me?
Okay.
Why is me?
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. Let's go to the line. We have others. We have to also take their calls. Let's have this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Esther.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Station great quality for supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something Ali say. I agree with that one. Mr. Ali, you must
You got to. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
President Waka, not speaking to President Weah. They expect President Weah to come to Baga with idea. And we just put Baga say he got 42-year experience. They see Baga man was President Weah. Said Weah said he didn't want to bring jobs. And they say they got all the experience that they will use to get rid of jobs. They expect for President Weah to get idea to Baga. Somebody that they say there, somebody that well he coming for 42 years, we want idea is correct. You want Ali Masale, they posted a man educated. You expect an educated man to go around the educated man? There's an Ali Masale, I agree with that one. They come here, they get idea. But I know where all the jobs that you go collect everything and do what you want to do it. The man told him 42 years experience. He got NGO. Joe Biden was in Nice. They were speaking to you. That drug get Joe, Baka get Joe. And Robert get Joe. That is Nice with Joe Biden say all the NGO. Why is to this? You are here. For Baka to say for a president, we are in that when you are people. They expect we have to come with idea to President Baka. Mr. Bakare. I think I want to get well. Let Baka do what he wants to. When someone bring spark and roll, spark and push you, let it bring it. You that will take it, you die. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Let's go to this line. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon.
Morning.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I don't want to know what I'm saying. What according to you, my dear sister Esther, and what according to our senior brother, great USA for That's brilliant work for our lost country. They do extremely well.
You didn't tell us your name. What is your name?
For the record nations, I'm
Uncle Robert.
And I told you this.
I know I tell you yet. Say it. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you have to be distinct, you have to be distinct professionally. But to the issue, Robert, and I told you for all the things this afternoon.
Well, Wendell got stuff he's doing in his office, so he can be here with us.
When it comes to the ungrateful attitude of no God on the rescue and no kind of mission, what are these missions? You saying that you bring rescue to that's a printed in a diabolical lie. It was not even you that brought rescue, escalated the process of rescue. George, we are developmental oriented, left our stable for 14 I still be corrected. You get challenged to the code. You can't and you can rescue. You have no understanding. But you can escalate our code ready. If you saw you live in it, but you escalate it. Fully. Why you are men like back? You are and you come back to where you are. You brought rest to 14 hours. But be ashamed of yourself. About someone will see no rest. There's so much and charlatans or political professionals who can yes for the rescue team try to say they want to defend lie. They lie. There's nothing to defend. Everything that you are talking for, you got progress to. It was George Weah that gave progress and gave benefit to the masses when it comes to that particular initiative. No progress to $14. You escalated from $14 to $24. Today, they la people la bastard you, to let you. Cheap when you give back. You know, George Weah say well. So we go back to George Weah theory. She did George Weah. I don't deserve. But to conclude, you know, for us, we are very clear this people is a massive failure. They have failed massively. And today, they are people no custody to the now, nobody can take them for the poverty, the George Weah. So they take it for glory that they don't deserve. No matter say that you pay for help bridge, for God's sake, we know that government is opportunity. George Weah was opening the military complex. George Weah never even forget to mention our former president Eddie Johnny Debbie because it was initiated by us.
Okay, Pokat. We
but to conclude, this guy even call the president name, the former president. That's why the agreement. Now, call George Weah. Pray for the papier. Ils ont pris pour les papiers. Et ça, George Weah, il n'est pas pris en premier, il n'est pas George Weah. We are second year left. If I go, time there, but George Weah for policy aside. But you know what? We come to the stage that the wish will be massacred.
Okay, thank you, Pokat. We are out of time, Pokat. We want to squeeze in Mankadi quickly. Let's squeeze you in, ma'am. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Esther. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
I'm here. You know, it's kind of early on my end here, but I'm laying here listening to the show. I was just constrained to call.
Okay.
And I just want to actually, talk to my Liberian people, because the train the politicians have put them on is a wrecking train.
Right.
Liberians have become so divided, and this thing called politics is going to hurt everybody in our country. Because the politicians are happy that everybody is divided. The other man calling about overpass, he's all over the place. The other man calling about this, he's all over the place. And it's all in their own political interest, the way they feel about their party or whatever. Look, Liberian people, where Liberia is right now, please forget. You got 4 years before you can really talk about politics. You lead a politics business label. You get concerned about yourselves in the country. You need to get together and hold each other to survive. Nobody will come from anywhere, from Pluto, from anywhere to help you. You cut down, you too down the politics business small, my people. I beg you. Look, you're on a wrecking train. It's so bad over there. Some of us that oversee, we can't sleep. I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. People calling for this, calling for that. And we are also on the side. It's tough on us too. You're slow down with this whole back and forth. The people who you think you're talking for, they are comfortably living in Liberia. But you're who calling and hurting each other, or you're who in your neighborhood and, you're talking about, can you just leave the CDC and the other party? Can you just leave this in your conversations and hold each other? You'll find somewhere. Nowadays, I realize when you even tell a Liberian man about farming, you cussing them. When you tell them about go make farm, they think you trying to denigrate them. So I beg you, Esther. I mean, I'm laying down here listening to different callers, and it really is breaking my heart to know that Liberians are so divided and becoming hateful to that in our country. I beg you, my people. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Gus, let's quickly close up.
Yeah, thank you again. Thanks to that lady that just called. Again, in the end, like she said, Liberia still remains, I don't care what political party you belong to. This is where we have to really engage the topic holistically instead of what party we belong to. 2029, I will take a side. I've always supported CDC and whatnot, but 2029 will take a side. But until then, we have to be careful with what we say and what we do, because in the end, why would you want to inherit a mess? That's what I always tell Liberians. I don't care what side you're on. Nobody should ever want to inherit a mess, because that means you're not going to be successful. You'll not have the time to do what you really want to do, because you will be spending more time fixing what was wrong. And that's where we haven't graduated to. Hopefully we will graduate to that at some point in life. But you guys have a great day. The president's pronouncement is the same for us that we continue to get. Wholesale is different from retail. Somebody need to explain to the Liberian people what the president pronouncement was for. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. We already out of time. Ali, you quickly, just be very brief, please. Okay, I think Ali is not there. So, folks, we gotta go. We've been here. We'll be here again tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is Friday. That's Wendell. Wendell will be here on tomorrow to do the throwback. My name is Esther Daku. Gus was here. Aliyu Masale was also here. Do have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.
Get ready to turn your luck into loot. Introducing the all-new virtual football game and spin and win only at winners.com.lr.
FSP is a chance to win big. Just tap, spin, and boom, you will walk away with plenty more.
No long waits, no stress, just fast, fun, action, right at your fingertips.
Whether you are cheerily at home or on the go, the winnings never stops with Winners Incorporated.
Download the Winners app, winners.com.lr, and get ready to spin and win.
Spin now, win now, only at winners.com.lr. Your game, your win.
Winners, always number one. Terms and conditions apply. Visit winners.com.lr for more details. Not for person under 18. Please gamble responsibly.
Aqua Life. My man, what kind of noise you're causing here so?
Ain't that this man calling, talking to me, saying the water I bought for him is not good?
But Kofao, myself would have gotten vexed with you because this water you bought, that Bele water.
Haven't you heard about Aqua Life Natural Mineral Water?
Yes! Aqua Life Natural Mineral Water has introduced on the Liberian market the small bottle with the laser ink for the very first time. The good news is that Aqua Life has a new medicine establishment that has brought into the country state-of-the-art equipment for production. Our water is